Hello and welcome back to Kakepipe Automotive. So since I've got my race license, I'm maybe unrealistically trying to get into the last race of the year for the 750 Hot Hatch at Snetterton. I think it's a 3-race weekend. I can't quite remember if it's 3 or 2, but regardless, it's in October, which isn't far away. I still need to get the car on a rolling road. I still need to get it scrutineered and all that kind of stuff. So in the spirit of getting it ready for scrutineering, it's time to fit some bits that are required by the regulations. So I'll show you around what I've got and what I need to do. So the first and foremost thing is, this is what I've been running on the track days. Nice little small handheld thing. Just in case, but obviously for racing and things like that, I'm gonna need a plumbed in system. So I bought the Lifeline 2000, which I think is a 4.5 litre, and it tells you there, look, how it's supposed to go, which is grand. And what I've done is I've just put the mount in there, and then that'll go like that, and that fixes in, and then you've got these big straps that go over there, which are knocking around. And then obviously that then gets plumbed to the engine bay and to around the cockpit. As you can see, the center console is back out. I wasn't keen on the cutoff switch being directly in line with the gear selector, so I will update later on in this episode where it goes now. I've put them a lot further up. On top of that, for regulations, contrasting towing hooks. So I've put the 2 on the front. These 2 are to go at the rear once I get round to that side of the car, so on and so forth. So here's the kit. They're the clamps. But one thing it doesn't give you in this kit to fit it to the car is some rubber anti-vibration feet. You have to buy them separately, so I should have them tomorrow. But it means that I can get the rest of this in. It's not going to move anything too drastically that I can't move it afterwards. So you get a bulkhead fitting here that I'm going to put in now. And it is going to run this side of the tunnel because that means a line can come straight forward. And then you get a few fittings, so to speak, 4 for the front, 4 for the rear, and generally you use 3 T-pieces in either side. So let me just zoom in again so you can see. That is how it's going to go. So as you can see, look, you've got a T-piece there, a T-piece there, and a T-piece there, and then your four nozzles off that. So what I have been reading is, obviously in the engine bay, you need it pointing towards any kind of fuel source, intake source, exhaust, so literally each corner is about right. Second to that, in the cockpit, they want to be pointing towards the feet and kind of lower leg area in the cockpit on the driver. I'm not going to have passengers, but I may put 2 for the passenger. I don't need 4 spraying at me. I only kind of need 2, maybe 1 at my foot, 1 at my kind of midriff area. Yeah, so we can do that. But this is the line. It is kind of a plastic coated steelish line. So to cut and bend this, I'm going to use a brake line bender, which is nice. It means that it can contour to different shapes. So yeah, winner. now they're all mocked in, I'm going to start thinking about where I'm going to put the brackets. So for instance, that one I'm going to probably shorten down because it's got the nut on there, so I'll just come off there and it'll let me angle it where I need to be, but it obviously fits in because the anodized nut bolts on, which is good. I think they're about 12mm. So I'll make some brackets up, just little brackets that I'll just rivet on, nothing too fancy, nothing too bulky, out of aluminium, and just get this in, this front end in, tidy up all of the lines, P-clip them in, and then we'll go on into the inside and finish this up. This is kind of it's not a big job, it's just a bit of line and a few connectors, but it makes a difference, a huge difference. Alright, so that's the engine bay done. So I've made these little brackets up and it'll go around. I just need to P-clip it to the frame. So that one will point obviously to the coil pack and everything down here. That one will point to the back of the exhaust and everything like that. This one will point to the intake and exhaust area, and this one, as you can see, it's got more angle because I want it to spray more over the injectors and the fuel rail area. So that is the engine bay done. I just need to P-clip them in. Happy with that. So now time to move on to the inside. Oh well, there we go. Car's all back together. So the fire system's in. There's a nozzle there, there's a nozzle just here for the passenger footwell. There's a nozzle there, and there's a nozzle there. And they're pointing in the direction stated in the Lifeline manual. I've moved the cut-off switch and painted the dash. I'm just waiting for a new cable to come so I can put that in and then wire that up to the bottle. And then I'll wait to put that one in and wire that to the bottle as well, because the cables I got, I had to use one because I broke that one, so I'll put them in at both the same time. Other than that, I've got my lap timer in, and she's plugged into the OBD2, so I should be able to get a bit more data from the car. I mean, it's not a lot, it's probably RPM and a few other things, but there's not a great deal. I'm going to see if I can get oil temp, because the car does get it, because you can show it on the MFA, so yeah. Other than that, new harness. So I've got a 6-point harness, a bit smaller to fit the hands device. So yeah, I'm pretty much there. There's not a lot left to do now. I need to get some door cards because the regulations state I need them. But other than that, she's about ready to go. So we've got a Cadwell evening session booked on Monday. So yeah, the car's there. It's now time to get it back on track and just more seat time. That's all I need now. So yeah, so she's all good. So I'll give her a quick clean and just torque the wheels and she's ready to rock and roll. So cheers for sticking around, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.